If you're familiar with how to play Kells, Kells the book is not too much more difficult. It's, again, a game for 1 to 3 players, but the time can vary dramatically depending on how well you do in the game. It's a little bit more complex. Again, it can be played with more players if you have additional sets of knot dice. So in this game, you are illustrators creating many different pages for a new manuscript. And again, you're going to cooperate with your partners to complete designs using as many dice as possible, but this time we're going to play over several rounds of play. Setup is the same. You set a couple of dice in front of each player. They will have rolled them, and then for each turn, you're going to take 1 die from the center and roll it, and you can re-roll any of the dice that you already have as well. Add 1 die to the center. On your turn, you can either add 1 to the center or you can discard it out of the game, same as in Kells. But there is one thing that's different when you're adding dice to the center. When you're adding a die to the center, you do not have to connect it to the already existing pattern. So over here, I could roll this die and then choose to add something like this. The reason that you can do this in Kells the book is that you can create several different designs. And here there's a little bit more decision making that the players need to do, because at the end of this game you are going to count up for a score all of the dice that you've completed in any of the completed patterns. Again, you're going to not include the ones that have been discarded out of the game, but in addition, if you have completed a design here, as long as you have completed any sort of design, then you have finished that page in the book. But any dice that have not been included in that page, that's dice that you've discarded or dice that are in an incomplete design, they are tossed into the box. When you do your scoring, you count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. So I'm going to use one of these little trackers to count my points for that page, and I'm going to use this other one to count how many pages we've done. So I've finished page 1, I've gotten 7 points, sorry. And now these are the dice that we use to play the next page. So you have to be careful about when you're going to close off a design. Sometimes you might want to close one off early in order to make sure that you're going to score at least those dice. But then if you don't end up finishing this off, then you know these dice will not be available for the next page. And you continue until you run out of dice. And then you count up your score for the entire book. That would be this yellow marker. You can flip it over in order to go above 25, or you can add one of the other markers from the game to go above 25. You can just say, okay, we've got 25 so far, and I'll move a little further. And then this is the number of pages that you finished in your book. And that is Kells the book.